Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I'm coming to you live from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys soccer contest between the visiting Lions of Chelmsford High School and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. The Warriors come into this one having rebounded nicely. They suffered a pair of back-to-back one-goal road losses, both by a final of 2-1, one to higher-ranked Needham, one to lower-ranked Braintree, but they bounced back nicely with a big home win 1-0 against Weymouth on Thursday. In the latest power rankings, Brookline stands 6th in Division 1, not hurt too bad by the loss to lower-ranked Braintree as they bounced back nicely against Weymouth. Currently a 4-5 record on the year for the Warriors, as they are hoping to help out their record here on a wet Saturday afternoon against the Lions of Chelmsford. Now, because of this rain, the Wi-Fi connection might be a bit choppy during this live stream. I am fully recording this, so if it gets really bad, I'll be able to upload a recorded version. Because it's raining, I've got a coat thrown over my laptop, so I will not be able to see your comments in the live chat. You know, still encourage the audience participation. I mean, if the skies clear up, I'll be able to see it. But if there's something you feel you desperately need to tell me, I would encourage you send me an email. You can find the address in the bottom right corner of your screen. Also, unfortunately, because code is thrown over my laptop, I won't be able to use the replay function after goals are scored, so that's unfortunate. But we're still able to get this stream going despite the inclement weather. And you know, if we're lucky, maybe we'll get some patches of clear skies in today's game. You see Brookline huddling up there. Unfortunately, I do not have Chelmsford's roster, but I do have Brookline, so let's read through the Brookline High roster, see how far we can get before this game gets started. Going in order of jersey number 4, Brookline, we have a senior number 4. Actually, I think this guy's might have cleared up a tad bit. And since we got a bit of a clear sky, let's play our intro video here. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, and you are watching Brookline High Soccer. In, deflecting across, corralled by Brookline, shot is in! Shot saved by McGee! Clear is taken by Bochelle. Bochelle sends a shot through. Bochelle scores! All right. Right on time as we're about to get this one underway. Brookline sporting some fancy darker jerseys, almost camouflage style. The Lions with white jerseys and red jersey numbers. And Chelmsford's going to get us started here in the first half. And I just realized I got to update my scoreboard from the JV game. Oh, no. Chelmsford moving it upfield. It's booted away by Oliver Stern. Knocked back. Brookline working it down the far side. Ignore the scoreboard for now, as it is going to be erroneous until I get a pause in the action to correct that, as we are currently in the first half with no score. It's going to be out of bounds. Going to try and fix this really quick. There we go. All right, that's fixed. As Chelmsford gets it down the field. Or no, Chelmsford chases it down in their own end, excuse me. Number 5 kicks it away, walled down by Brookline. Moved up the far side. This is Wally Lawrence dribbling with it, passes it back. Now sent to the middle to Sebastian Cuervo. Cuervo dribbling with some space to work, sends it forward to an open man. That's Sebastian Spinelli. Spinelli sending it all the way back to number 16, Jack Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald sends it out to the far side to Tony Zhang. Zhang sends it back to Fitzgerald and across to Oliver Stern. Stern moving it upfield, pass to the middle to Cuervo. Cuervo weaves around a couple of defenders nicely. Pass to the near side to Jason Rabat. Up the line to Spinelli. Spinelli trying to fight off the defender, number 4. Not out of bounds, but now knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Brookline ball. Here comes the throw-in into the box, headed away by Chelmsford's number 3, deflects, and Rabat boots it towards the box. Kick is whiffed. Spinelli almost had a swing on that one. Miraculous that he wasn't offsides, but ultimately missed the kick. This ball stolen away by Cuervo, passed back to Fitzgerald, and all the way back to the keeper, Jackson McGee. Upfield to Lawrence, stolen away by Chelmsford, sent up the far side, and they're trying to get out of that corner. They get towards the middle and then back to the outside. Number 11, a pass, broken up by Brookline, sent forward. Now sent back to Nate Lockwood, who sends it up off a deflection, racing after it. Henry Ames. Ball got out too far in front of him, and it's covered up by the Chelmsford keeper. Henry Ames, a rare starting spot as the middle striker. Usually he's been operating as a bench player who came in, who would come in later in games, but today getting the start over Nico Liteplo. Pass back and forth. This is Zhang. Zhang passing back to Fitzgerald, who is playing the center back position, having swapped with Stern, with Stern now as a wing back. McGee sends that pass up the middle to Cuervo. Cuervo dribbling, lifts one, and not far enough, knocked away by 3. Recovered by Spinelli as he dribbles through the middle. Passes it back to Zhang, now up the line to Lawrence. Lawrence, a leader for Spinelli. Spinelli stops, cuts around, trying to gain the edge, and too many white jerseys in there. It's cleared out. And Chelmsford lost track of it, out of bounds. And so it'll now be Brookline ball. Shoot. Sorry about that. Trying to keep track of things. Bit of a mess. But Brookline's got the corner. Spinelli lining up to take this corner kick. Sends it in low, and it's booted away by the Lions. Taken by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald lifts it back towards the box. And it's going to be taken off one hop by the Chelmsford keeper. Rifles it in to number 10. 10 lifts it, downed by Stern. Stern taps it forward. Cuervo corrals it. Pass up the field now to Koya Nicoli and back to Stern. Now upfield it deflects, is recovered by Nicoli. Pass back to Rabat. Rabat up the line. Spinelli does take it, fights through a defender as he cuts towards the middle, but the defender, number 18, kept up his pursuit and knocked it away. Gets it up to 4. 4 cut off by Rabat, and it's out of bounds, Brookline ball. Rabat throws it in up the line for Spinelli. Spinelli taking the ball down the baseline. His kick walled by number 3, and that's going to produce another Brookline corner. Now we're not going to be able to see the corner kick actually being taken. It is being taken by Spinelli. Flies in high. Header is walled off, and we've got a penalty on Brookline anyhow. Goal kick off the head of a Lion and then booted up in the air by Zhang. And I do believe we've got a penalty called against Chelmsford going over the back of Zhang. Pass back to Fitzgerald, who sends it back to McGee. A hard pass back to the keeper, but he patiently sends it up the middle to Cuervo. Cuervo looking, lifting one for Spinelli. Offsides called on Spinelli. Number 3 lining up for the free kick. The rain is let up for the moment, but we've been getting it off and on throughout the afternoon, so I don't expect it to stay away. As this deflects in towards the box, and McGee comes out and takes it, rifles it up the near side to Rabat. Rabat cut off by 10, but he boxes out 10 and lets it roll out. Quick throwing up the line, curves the wrong way and goes out of bounds. Throw in kept in bounds by number 4 towards the middle to number 7. 7 pass intercepted by Zhang. It taps over to Nate Lockwood. Lockwood sending a leading kick up the field. Racing after it. 18 gets there first and boots it away up to 4. 4's pass intercepted by Cuervo. Cuervo across to Lockwood. Lockwood back to Zhang. Forward to Lockwood. Back to Zhang again. Zhang sends it up to Nicoli that time, but Nicoli's pass misses out of bounds. Throw in, headed down by Lockwood, but collected by 7. Off the throw in, a couple deflections, out of bounds once again. Off ahead. Fought for, won by Lockwood. Pass through to Spinelli. Spinelli tripped, and that's going to draw a penalty. Stern takes the free kick and sends it out to Rabat. Rabat lifts it high. Off the head of Lawrence into the box, headed away by the Lions, collected by 11 and cleared out. Headed back down the line by Zhang, but taken again by Chelmsford's number 11. Pass to the middle to 6. Sends it back. Lifted across midfield, knocked back down by Fitzgerald. Now off another deflection collected by Cuervo. Lifts a high pass up to Lawrence. Knocked away by a couple of headers. Taken through the middle by Cuervo. Cuervo to the outside to Spinelli. Spinelli winds and fires. Saved. Good patient reaction by the Chelmsford keeper. That ball had a bit of curve on it, but he read it well. Rabat knocks it over to Spinelli, who tries to pass it back outside to Rabat. Rabat battling for it, but it's knocked away. Gets up to 10. 10 battling with Spinelli. Spinelli wins the battle. And now we've got a whistle for a penalty against Chelmsford. Free kick for Brookline. Free kick going to be taken by Cuervo. It's a bit hard to see. Cuervo's kick into the box. Head off the post and kick over the bar. Off the foot of Wally Lawrence after I think it actually went off the head of a Chelmsford defender. Boy, just that close to Brookline taking the lead. Goal kick, flies in, goes off the head of Lockwood. Bouncing along Spinelli. Spinelli's kick deflects off a foot and is now headed away by 3. 4 heads it further upfield. 7 tries to corral it, and he does. Boots it upfield, and now it's a race. 24 boxed out by Stern, who taps it back to McGee. McGee sends it out far side to Zhang. Zhang kicks it way upfield. Number 3 heads it back to the keeper. And because he didn't cleanly possess it before he knocked it back, it counts as a deflection and not a pass, and so the keeper doesn't have to play with his feet. He can play it with his hands. Jeffrey Dong was trying to work it up the far side, but he's met by a defender, and it's cleared out. Going to go out of bounds. Brookline throw in. No score here in the first half. There's no scoreboard here at Skyline, so I can't tell you how much time is left in the half, only that we are scoreless here in the first. Throw into the middle to Cuervo. Cuervo lifts it too far, out of bounds. Another goal kick for the Lions. Goal kick flies upfield, goes off the head of Grady Ames, who has checked in. Jeffrey Dong collects it. Dong turns around, passes it back to Zhang. Upfield deflects off Lockwood. Dong couldn't collect it, and it's cleared. Zhang downs it, keeps it in bounds. Still keeps it in bounds, still battling, and now we've got a whistle. And it is going to be a free kick for Chelmsford as they call the Brookline penalty. Free kick sails in, headed away. Bounces up to Lawrence. Lawrence boots it upfield. Headed down, but collected by Lockwood. Taps it back. Lawrence dribbled too far out in front of him, and the slide tackle knocks it away. taken by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald waiting, now lifting it. Offsides called on Grady Ames. He was just a step in front of 18 when that kick was launched. He did step behind him, but it was after the kick, and so they called the offsides. Number 3 boots it. Rabat header off the head of 17. Collected by Rabat again, dribbling. Defensive pressure, somehow Rabat staying with the ball, and he gets taken to the ground by 7, and they're going to call the penalty on 7. Good fortitude by Jason Rabat to fight for possession of the ball there and draw the penalty. Stern gives it back to McGee as he surveys and boots it out the far side to an open Lawrence. But that went off his hand, and that's going to be a free kick for Chelmsford. Up in the air, off the head of Grady Ames, off the head of number 6, off another head. Excuse me. Out of the scrum, Brookline comes away with it, and a hard push in the back is going to draw a penalty call. Free kick for Brookline. And it looks like Brookline is going to move everybody up and have the keeper, McGee, take this free kick. Launches it towards the box, off the head of 5, off the head of Grady Ames. Clearing kick kind of whiffed by 18, but he recovers it enough to get the pass to 4, who boots it across midfield. Fitzgerald heads it back. Rabat further upfield to Grady Ames. Pass to the near side to Spinelli. Spinelli racing up the edge, turns around as he's met by a defender, passes back to Rabat. Rabat's got an angle for a crosser, launches it towards the box, and it bounces past everybody, but it's kept in play by Brookline. Just not enough as it rolls out the back end. It bounced away from the goalie, but also away from a crashing Jeffrey Dong, who couldn't quite head that one in. And so it'll be a goal kick for the Lions. Booted up, off the head of Lockwood, down and collected by Dong. Dong lifts it forward a little too far for Spinelli to chase after it, and it's scooped up by the keeper. Keeper punts it, sliced it a bit, and it's taken by Rabat and deflects out off Rabat. Throw in for Chelmsford. Chelmsford throws it in up the line, and number 7 racing it. Stern with the get-back speed knocks it out of bounds. That is going to be a corner for Chelmsford. Number 7 will take this corner for the Lions. And he's going to send one in low, and they're going to pass it back to 7. Now he lifts it into the box. Headed in by 17. Chelmsford takes the 1-0 lead over Brookline here in the first half. So the first score goes to the visitors. And Brookline now finds themselves at a deficit. Dong passes it back to Cuervo. Cuervo lifts one way high. It goes off the head of a defender. Collected by Lawrence, taps it to the middle and gets tripped to draw a penalty. Free kick going to be taken by Cuervo. Sends it high, a little too high, out of reach for the Warriors, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. Long kick, headed forward, deflects a couple times, and collected by Spinelli. Back to Rabat, to the middle to Cuervo. Cuervo, looking around, pass, intercepted by 17. 17 fighting. It's still in bounds. And they ultimately call the violation on Brookline, as there was a Chelmsford player on the ground, and I think they said the Brookline player forced the Chelmsford player to touch the ball on the ground, which you're not allowed to do, but if the other team forces you to do it, then it's a free kick for them. Number 3 with the free kick. Booted away by Fitzgerald, collected by 17. Hard collision in the middle with Lawrence. And they call it on Chelmsford, as Lawrence was the first to the ball. Whenever there's a collision, the call's always going to go in the favor of the guy who got to the ball. Cuervo pass out to Rabat. Rabat races up the line, pass knocked away by 4 and taken away by the Lions. 17, pass across to 11, sends one forward for 7, too far. Recovered by Fitzgerald, pass to Cuervo. 7 goes over the back of Cuervo, but no call. They got to keep playing. 7 charges into the box, sends through a crosser, booted out of bounds by Zhang. Another corner kick coming up for Chelmsford. You could tell Brookline was looking for a call, but it's the official's call, and you got to keep playing until the whistle blows. Lions send it up high. Off the head of Rabat, almost went the wrong way, and whiffed on the attempted kick back in by 17. It's recovered by Spinelli. Long pass up to Dong. Dong racing upfield, 4 in pursuit. Knocks him over and does draw the penalty that time. And this will be a free kick for Brookline. Good angle for a crosser pass. Here we'll see if they go for a header from inside the box. Spinelli to take the kick. Sends it in low, and it's knocked out of the box into open space. Rabat going to take it, lift a long kick, and it's saved by the Chelmsford keeper. Needed just a little more height on that shot. Punted away out the far side. Stolen away by Lawrence. Pass goes back, further back, and pass disrupted there. 24 deflects it over to 17. 17 pass forward, disrupted by Stern, but recovered by 17. Try to send one through it again, intercepted by Cuervo. Cuervo up the far side to Lawrence. Lawrence moving up slow, crosses it over to an open Spinelli. Spinelli dribbling in, coming across the middle, poked away by 18. Pass goes up to 4. 4, kick up field, and they call Stern for the over the back. And I mean, even if you wanted to argue that number 7 sold that one a little bit, like you go over the back of a player, that's the risk you take when you go up on someone's back with a ball flying in. Free kick. Three boots it into the box, into the air, caught by McGee. McGee looking around for an outlet, and he rolls it in to Stern. Stern back to McGee. Now out near side to Stern. Stern lifts a leader. Taking off is Lawrence. Lawrence sails it high. Thought he was going to be able to get over that one, and he got completely under it and launched it to the sky. Goal kick. Working it up the far side are the Lions. Trapped by a couple players, past the middle, intercepted by Grady Ames. Touches it forward. Fighting forward was Dong, but it's kicked away by number 3. Couple subs checking in now for Brookline. Number 20, Koya Nicoli, and number 13, Henry Ames into the game. This one tapped back. Lawrence trying to battle on the far side. It's knocked out of bounds. Brookline ball again. Throw into Ames, tapped back to Lawrence. Up the line. Fighting for it, it goes forward to 24. Now a pass knocked away from 4 by Rabat, but goes right back to 18, who kicks it upfield. Taken now by Cuervo. Forward to Nicoli, tapped back, and Cuervo knocks it away. Pass to the outside. Given back to Cuervo. Knocked away from him. Chased down by number 22, Liam Alcalay. Pass goes back to Zhang, now up the line and kicked forward. Offsides. Still 1-0, the Chelmsford lead here in the first half, as the Lions will get a free kick. Now, one conspicuous absence I'm noticing on Brookline's side is an absence of their usual starting middle striker, Nico Leteplo. I'm not sure if he's hurt or something, but we're seeing a lot more of Henry Ames and Jeffrey Dong in the middle striker position. But either way, Chelmsford with the ball. Pass goes back to 22. 22's kick deflected by Henry Ames, headed down by Rabat. Gets up to number 12, Gabe Spaggett. His pass intercepted by 11. Sends it up to 24, gets away from him, and Fitzgerald takes it away. Hard collisions for the ball, and ultimately knocked away by Grady Ames and booted away by Rabat. Off the head of 22, but collected by Alcalay. Tried to touch it forward, but 22 walled him off. Off of several deflections, it's kicked forward by Chelmsford and booted away by Brookline. Off the deflection, it's Grady Ames trying to fight through the middle. Touches one back, misses Nicoli. Nicoli chased it down and takes it back. Pass to the near side to Rabat. Rabat lifts one. Nobody there to chase after it, and it slices wide and out of bounds. Free kick to midfield. And Cuervo called for going over the back. Number 5 boots it off ahead. That's going to bounce down to the far side, and 22 thought he could collect it, but instead it bounces off him out of bounds. Quick throwing off the line, goes off the head and then off the foot of 22, back to 5. 5, dribbling, wrestled free by Henry Ames. Deflects back and forth, goes to the middle, kicked away by, I think, 5. Fitzgerald heads it. Number 7 fighting for it. They collide hard. And I believe that's going to be a free kick for Chelmsford. Free kick for the Lions, very similar to a corner. They did score previously on a corner kick. Kick comes in off a couple heads and out of the box. Ford chases it down, sends it across, intercepted by Brookline, but too far out in front of Grady Ames, and it's taken back by 6. Ames steals it right back, gets a pass to Nicoli. Nicoli dribbling, cut off by 11, and it's knocked out of bounds. Throw in up the line to Henry Ames. Ames trying to spin off 22. Defender comes in to help and gets the favorable deflection, and it'll be Chelmsford ball. Throw in off the head of Zhang, collected by Alcalay, stolen back by the Lions. Kick walled by Zhang, deflects out of bounds. Throw in goes off ahead, collected by 17. 17 couldn't quite keep with it. It's kicked away, chased down by 18. 18 sends it up the line to 23. 23 too far upfield that time. That's going to roll out and be a goal kick for Brookline. McGee, kick up to Stern, back to McGee. Now to the outside to Fitzgerald, and up to Zhang, further up, touched forward by Eli Trubb, who is checked in. But the pass a little too far for Lawrence to track down. It'll be a throw-in for the Lions. This throw-in goes off the head of Nicoli, out of bounds. Throw-in deflects off ahead. Off the scrum, it is cleared out by 21. Knocked down, taken by Cuervo. Cuervo lifts one out near side, too far for Spaggett. Got a sub coming in for Chelmsford. Throw in deflected back the other way, off the head of 3, off the head of 10, out of bounds. Rabat throws it in to Spaggett. No, that was Cuervo to the outside to Nicoli. Now up to Spaggett and outside to Cuervo, offsides. Number 3 boots it. Deflects off the head of Spaggett. Traub kicks it. It's deflected away by 6. Kicked upfield by 5. Up to 11. 11 dribbles around a couple defenders towards the middle. Sends it out near side. Nobody there. And we got a whistle. Rabat went too far forward for his throw-in, so they got to take it back and do it again. Throw-in, bouncing, knocked away by 18. Cleared out by 3. Taken off a hop by McGee. Oh. Looked like he was going to roll it in, but he decided against it. Drops it for himself to make a kick. Bouncing along up the far side. Lawrence racing with it now. Lawrence fires a shot! It's just wide off the save from the keeper. Just barely kept it out of the net on that one. Cuervo now lifts a leader, bouncing too far for Lawrence to chase that one down. And it's scooped up by the keeper. Big save by the Lions netminder on that play. And Chelmsford maintains a 1-0 lead. Headed down by Fitzgerald. Kick over the head by 7. Booted back by Stern. Upfield, Traub takes it. Traub lifts it for himself, but it's kicked away by 3. Wall down, taken by Lockwood. Lockwood slide tackled by 6 and draws the penalty. Zhang lining up to take the free kick. The middle, downed off ahead. Kicked across. Taken by Rabat. Rabat, kick upfield to Traub. Traub knocked away by 18, out of bounds. Rabat, quick throw in up to Traub, who gets pushed in the back. And the penalty is called. So Brookline with an interesting chance here off this free kick. Not much of an angle for a shot, though you can't necessarily rule anything out as Cuervo lines up to take this one. It's probably going to be a crosser into the box, an attempt at a header. Lifts it. No, it's a shot! And it's over the bar. Just a little too high. Free kick. Off the head of 27. Cuervo lost track of it, and 27 heads it forward. Off a couple deflections. Stern boots it upfield. Off the head of Lawrence. And 5 is going to get there first. Traub keeping up the pursuit as 5 lost track of it. 5 looks hurt. 5 is going down hurt. That might have gone wrong off his head. And I think they might be requiring a sub there. This will likely be a drop ball after the injury stoppage. And it looks like we might have a timeout actually called. 1-0, the Chelmsford lead. If I recall correctly, it was number 17 for the Lions who scored that one. And as I'm looking at the bad Wi-Fi connection we're having today here at Skyline, all I can do is offer my apologies and say that I will upload the fully recorded version later tonight. I don't know. Sometimes the connection's just not good at Skyline. I don't know if it's, some days it has good days, but some days, I don't know if it's the number of people here with all their phones or if it's the less than clear skies, because weather can interfere with wireless connection. Whatever it may be, Skyline has been shaky as anything in terms of Wi-Fi this fall. Out of the timeout, it's actually going to be a throw-in for Brookline as they had called it out of bounds. Throw-in goes off a head, off another head, kicked back forward by Brookline, but out of reach, out of bounds, goal kick. And that is going to be the double whistle for halftime. Our score at half, the Chelmsford High Lions 1, the Brookline High Warriors 0. During this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number has remained steadily high ever since. The food pantry has been serving an average of 650 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight against hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Monetary donations can be made online at the food pantry's website, brooklinefoodpantry.org. Go online or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help the Brookline Food Pantry to feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And as always, be sure to check out the description section of the video where you can find link and phone number for the Brookline Food Pantry. You can also find a link to the official Venmo account of the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club if you would like to give some monetary support to the BHS soccer program. They support boys and girls, all 3 levels, varsity, JV, and freshman. But for now, it is halftime. Chelmsford 1, Brookline 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan here at Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Gonna take a break off the mic, and I'm gonna mute the mic, but I'll be back for the second half of this ball game. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts, bringing you live coverage of today's high school varsity boys soccer contest between the visiting Chelmsford High Lions and the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Right now, the visitors, the only one on the board, a 1-0 lead for Chelmsford off a header goal by number 17 off a corner kick. Brookline's had a few good chances at the net, but nothing has found home. We've seen a couple of shots go over the bar. We saw one that was just barely saved as it rolled across the goal line after being deflected by the keeper. But Brookline, hoping to get back to a 500 record, they're first going to have to tie this up if they want a chance at that. Brookline to get the opening possession here in the second half. Wally Lawrence going to get us started. Pass back to Sebastian Cuervo, who boots it up out the near side, gets away from Sebastian Spinelli, out of bounds. Number 22 throws it in, deflects down, out of bounds, off Brookline. Throwing up the line, deflects out of bounds off Brookline again. Another Chelmsford throw in. Throw in bounces too far, touches nobody, and it'll simply be a goal kick for Brookline. Jack Fitzgerald sends it back to the keeper, Jackson McGee. Sent out far side to Oliver Stern. Stern kicks it up the middle, bouncing along. Wally Lawrence collects it. Lawrence trying to send a leader through, gets to Spinelli. Sebastian Spinelli gets saved! Spinelli went for the soft kick, thinking he had the goalie off timing, but another great save from the Chelmsford keeper. As now the Lions flip the field. It's kicked all the way deep to the corner. It's going to roll out of bounds before number 4 can chase it down and be a Brookline throw-in. Throw-in goes off a couple heads, booted up high in the air. Kicked forward by Cuervo, deflected forward off the foot of Henry Ames. Deflects back and forth, and now off the head of Stern. Stern kicks it upfield. Ames collects it, but gets smothered by several Lions defenders. It's kicked out near side. Tony Zhang simply boxes out and lets it roll out of bounds. Zhang throws it in, goes off ahead. Headed a couple of times, collected by Spinelli, dribbles out too far, and it's kicked away by 22. Fight for the ball, deflected, corralled by Jason Rabat. Rabat touches it forward, and we've got a yellow card issued against Chelmsford. Brookline was trying to rush the free kick, but the official has got to go through the process of carding Chelmsford's number 7. The official was giving number 7 some warnings during the first half, as he was getting very physical in his one-on-one battles with Rabat in the first half. And now he is forced off for the yellow card. Oliver Stern lining up to take the free kick. He simply passes it across to Fitzgerald. Now out near side to Zhang. Zhang lifts one too far, and it's collected by the keeper off one hop. This one punted high. Bouncing off the head of 4. Chased down by Stern. Stern kicks it all the way back to McGee. McGee sends it out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald dribbling and gives it out to Zhang, who pops it upfield. Bounces, deflected away by 5, but 3 misses. It's collected by Lockwood. Lockwood trying to dribble through, but gets met by multiple defenders. Kicked away by 3, up to 10, and now up to 24. 24, pass across to 6, upfield, intercepted by Zhang. To the middle to Cuervo. Cross to Lockwood. Lockwood up the far side. Dribbling with it is Wally Lawrence, knocked away from him, recovered by Lockwood. Lockwood sends it up the line, out of bounds. This one booted upfield. Sliced off the head and rolls out of bounds. Throw in, knocked down, booted away by Jack Fitzgerald. Knocked back by Chelmsford, disrupted to the outside, rolls out of bounds. Throw in, goes off a foot, deflected down, and out of bounds again. And it'll be out of bounds. Once again, Chelmsford ball. Pass goes back to 3 and now sent all the way back to the keeper. Keeper touches it to the near side to 21. 21 upfield, knocked away by Cuervo. Up to Henry Ames. Ames battling with 21. Still battling, and it's knocked upfield where it's going to be taken around midfield by Fitzgerald. Up to Zhang, back to Fitzgerald. Across, now to Stern. Stern, long leading kick for Spinelli. Spinelli going to get there. But Spinelli running out of room in the corner. Couldn't fake out his defender. It's knocked out of bounds. This will be a Brookline throw-in. Throw in, headed down by Chelmsford. Attempted clearing kick is walled by Cuervo. Taps it back. Zhang could not keep it in. Chelmsford throws it in, and we've got a throw-in violation against Chelmsford. And so this will be Brookline ball. Off ahead, collected now by the keeper. Oh, that kick kind of sliced, but the defender helps him out. But Brookline on the attack as that deflects out of bounds, out the sidelines, and it'll be Brookline ball. That one just went off the side of the goalie's foot, but some good efforts by 18 to at least keep the situation from getting worse than it could have. Substitution checking in for Brookline. Looks like they're going for a heavier offensive push, subbing in Jeffrey Dong for Jack Fitzgerald. They're moving Jason Rabat back to the defensive line, so hopefully Fitzgerald's not hurt or anything, as that is another throw-in violation, this time against Brookline. Throw-in goes off ahead once, twice, kicked forward by Chelmsford. Lions run out of room. And I think they called a penalty on Rabat for cutting off 7. Number 3 setting up for the free kick. Off the head of Rabat. Off the head of 4. Booted away by Rabat. Flies out of bounds. Off a head, deflected a couple of ways. Off another head. Bouncing along. Cuervo kicks it. Headed by 18. Headed by, I think, Lockwood. Off another head. Dong heads it forward, tapped by Henry Ames out to Cuervo, who pops it up high, leading for Spinelli. Spinelli heads it forward to himself, downs it inside the box, looking, shoots, walled, recovered Cuervo. Cuervo gets tripped. No whistle. Brookline desperately wanting a penalty call in the box, but it's the official's call. Nothing more you can do. Number 3 kicks it, bounces along, fighting for it. We've got a penalty. That's going to go against Chelmsford, against number 7 again, as Brookline moves with the free kick. They simply send it back to McGee, who is dribbling up, and now passes it up the far side to Stern. Stern boots it upfield, racing for it. Lawrence off the side of the net. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Goal kick for Chelmsford, number 3. Off the head of 6. Stern chases it down, gives it over to Zhang. Up to Cuervo, back to Stern. Stern forward to Lockwood. Lockwood stolen away, but recovered by Stern and booted upfield. Race for the ball. Spinelli corrals it, pass to the middle, knocked away, recovered by Cuervo. Cuervo fakes, pass to the outside, deflected, and knocked out of bounds. Brookline ball. Zhang throws it in. It's knocked out of bounds. Brookline ball. Yeah, I don't know what to say once it gets down there. It is impossible to see. Throw in. Booted away by 21. Collected by Rabat. Rabat winds and kicks it into the box, and the goalie slides in and snags it. Throw in, taken away by Lockwood. To the middle to Cuervo. Cuervo surveys, gives to Dong. Dong met by a defender. Knocked away but recovered by Rabat. Rabat dribbling. Taken out by 6. And we've got 2 Brookline players down. And so we got a injury stoppage here, I believe. As I believe it was Rabat and Dong that both went down on those plays. Rabat back up, walking on his own, but Dong's still down, holding his ankle. Athletic trainer checking on him. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Dong coming off slowly. Again, hopefully that's nothing. Excuse me. Hopefully that's nothing long term. Brookline already without their starting center striker, Nico Liteplo. Dong was sort of filling in that spot today. He was also playing some midi. So that's a big depth piece to lose if they lose him long term. In the meantime, it looks like number 20, Koya Nicoli, checks into the game. As Brookline to get a free kick off of that. McGee boots it across midfield. And that's going to be an over-the-back penalty against 27. Brookline going to get a free kick from a pretty good spot here. Within range for a shot and a pretty decent angle as they set up Sebastian Spinelli. Spinelli was robbed of a goal early here in the second half. Can he put forth the equalizer here? Bit hard to see with the official. Sends a low kick in. It deflects off of Grady Ames and out of the box. This is kicked out of bounds by the Lions. Setting up in the box for a throw-in from Rabat. Header missed. Deflected attempted kick missed well wide. Couple subs in for Chelmsford as they still lead 1-0 here in the second half. Like I said before, no scoreboard clock here, so I can't tell you how much time is left. The only thing they'll be able to tell us is the triple whistle of the official. Up in the air. Crazy ricochet off the header, and it's pushed forward by Chelmsford. Leading pass, disrupted by Stern, but recovered by 6. 6 slide tackles Zhang and commits the penalty. Zhang briefly down, but he does get up. And now we got a Chelmsford player down hurt, as they're calling for a substitution, number 6. limping off the field. And so 6 will come out for 10. This will be a free kick for Brookline. McGee boots it. Downed by Spinelli. Up in the air. Deflects. Slightly whiffed. Kick. It's recovered by Cuervo. Back to Lockwood. Pass intercepted by 17. Sent forward. Slide deflection by Stern, but it's kicked back forward again for 7. 7 battling with Zhang. Knocked away, but knocked back forward. Chelmsford still pushing. 7 with it. Fires a shot, and it's in. Number 7 makes it a 2-0 lead for the Lions. Brookline had multiple near clears on that one, as they seemed to knock that ball away like 3 or 4 times, but every time they knocked it away, there was another Chelmsford player running upfield that was right where the ball was nearly cleared. The officials discussing something. The official walking with Sebastian Spinelli. Are they carding Spinelli? What's happening here? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I'm not sure what happened there. Sebastian Spinelli has been escorted off the field of play. Not sure if he was carded or anything, or what the call was. I feel like he must have, I don't know if he said something maybe, because it didn't look like he was in on that last play. So I don't know. But either way, Brookline now down 2 against Chelmsford. Pass goes back to Cuervo, up to Traub, out to Zhang. Zhang boots it high in the air, bouncing towards the outside and out of bounds. Throw in headed down by Traub, but knocked back upfield by Chelmsford, collected by Cuervo. Cuervo dribbling, surveying, pass up to Lockwood. Lockwood sends it back to Stern. Cross to Cuervo, back to Stern, and back to Cuervo. Now to the near side to Zhang. Back to Cuervo again. Cuervo now sends a long pass, deflected out of bounds by a sliding number 21. Pass intended for Lawrence. Lawrence throws it in, tapped back. They find a man, shot from Grady Ames, slices wide. Lockwood trying to chase it down. Ball's deflected, recovered by Traub. Traub decides to go back. Rabat kicks it towards the box, deflects the wrong way, and kicked away by 3. Throw in, bouncing, kicked away, taken by Cuervo. Cuervo lifts one into the box. Header by Nicoli goes wide. chased down by Lawrence, knocked away by the defense. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Quick throw in to Grady Ames, couldn't stay with it, knocked away by 27. Out of bounds again, another Brookline throw in. Throw-in goes back to Cuervo. Cuervo slices it the wrong way. That goes out well wide. And it's kicked up the line, taken by Rabat. Rabat boots it into the box. Header. Do they call offsides there, I guess? Free kick headed back by Stern. Headed forward by Traub. Headed back by 18. Hard collision. Knocked down. Grady Ames sends it upfield. Headed down by 23. Kicked upfield. Now Rabat sends it forward. And bounces too far. Goes out the back line. Number 3 boots it. Bounces along, and we've got a penalty call against Brookline. Number 7 down holding his ankle. He's back up. Looking a little hobbled, but he is staying in and appears to be moving just fine now. Number 5 with the free kick. Lawrence boots it up and it bounces along. Henry Ames trying to fight through, but too many white jerseys in there. Deflected out, kicked back forward. Tapped back and forth. Grady Ames sending a leader, but 18 cuts off Lockwood and kicks it away. And they call an over-the-back penalty on Brookline. Number 3 boots it upfield off the head of Rabat. Traub trying to push it forward. He was looking for a handball, but it'll just get out of bounds. Rabat throws it in up the line. Now it goes out of bounds. Another throw in. Kicked forward, knocked away. Up in the air just outside the box as it gets headed away by 27. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Another throw in. Deflects down, kicked away. Chased down by Rabat. Rabat battling with 7. Lost out of bounds, Chelmsford ball. Kicked upfield, taken by Zhang. Passed back to Stern. Stern upfield as it goes out to the near corner. Lawrence chase it down, deflected out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Brookline. Throw in. Kicked up in the air. And booted away. Stern kicks it forward, walled. And Zhang kicks it up in the air. Off ahead. Lockwood corrals it. Pass back to Rabat. Rabat kicks it forward, off ahead, bouncing forward. Brookline trying to push it. So out of the scrum, it's knocked away and cleared out by 27. Collected by Stern. Touch pass to Cuervo, back to Stern, back to Cuervo. Cuervo fakes, cuts towards the middle. Has some space as he moves to the far side, passes it back to Rabat, back up. Cuervo slips and falls, and it's kicked away by 4. Zhang collects it. Now back to Stern. Out far side to Rabat. Rabat headed down, taken by Nicoli. Nicoli kick forward, knocked away. Cleared out. And out of the... they whistle for kicking the ball while down on the ground. That is a violation, and it'll be a free kick for Brookline as number 6 kept trying to play the ball after he had slipped and fallen. Brookline rushing the free kick, giving to Cuervo. Cuervo fires, caught by the keeper. And my stream might have completely cut out. My phone might have died. That's unfortunate. Is there an Xfinity Wi-Fi I can connect to? There is not. That figures. I'm not sure what happened. My battery didn't fully die. Yeah, it died. Cuervo pops it up in the air. Off ahead and out of bounds. Well, there goes the live stream. Throw in. Bouncing out of bounds. McGee setting up for the goal kick here. Booted upfield. Headed away. And lost out of bounds. Chelmsford wanted a penalty but did not get it. Throw in. Bounces out of bounds. Throw in, off ahead, out of bounds. Chelmsford ball. Deflects back and forth. Sent back to Stern. Now back to McGee. Forward to Cuervo. Out to Zhang. And back to McGee. McGee boots it high. Off the head of Lawrence. 10 kicks it away, deflected back and forth. Stern heads it back to McGee. Punted upfield, goes off ahead. Spinelli sends it to the outside to Traub. Traub trying to gain the edge and cannot. 18 matches him up well and knocks it out of bounds. Brookline throw in. Rabat throws it into the box, knocked back out, kicked away, taken by Cuervo. Cuervo touches it back to Lockwood. Lockwood winds and fires, walled off. Off the deflection, it is cleared out again. Zhang sends it back to McGee, who boots it upfield to Lawrence. Lawrence trying to get around the defender, and it's booted away by 5. Zhang throws it in for Cuervo. Cuervo across to Rabat. Rabat forward, headed down, kicked away. Deflects back and forth. Stern gives to Cuervo. Cuervo kicks it upfield. As that goes out of bounds, we got an injured Chelmsford player down, number 11. Might just be a cramp based on the stretching attempt. Does anyone have a Wi-Fi network I can connect to, like a hotspot or something? My phone died. I got nothing. Yeah, it's all right. Chelmsford working it forward, 7 along, shot gonna bounce wide, and that'll be a goal kick. Does it have a name? Thank you. All right. McGee sends it up the far side to Rabat. Rabat trying to fight up the far side. Gets it up to Alcalay. Alcalay taps it back. Rabat sends it forward. Nowhere to go, and 18 boxes out. Lets it roll out the back end for a goal kick. All right, I think we might actually have our stream back, and we do. Okay, I'm so desperately sorry about that, folks. My phone battery died, and my phone is what supplies my Wi-Fi, but we got a very kind parent out here who was able to give me his hotspot to use for the remainder of this game, so I'm so desperately sorry about that. I know it's been a bit of a trip, technically speaking, on this stream so far, but we're going to try and get us to the end at least. I am definitely uploading a recorded version after this, but do have things going. Cuervo passes back, kick to the middle, booted away by 27. Headed forward, knocked down by Stern, but then pushed forward again. It's a race. 7 gets it deflected by Zhang, but 7 still with it. 7 across her, 15, knocks it in. Number 15 off the assist from number 7 makes it a 3-0 game in favor of the visitors. Boy, heck of a time to get the Wi-Fi back right before that happens. But it is 3-0 in favor of Chelmsford. Lawrence passes it back to Cuervo. A 3-goal game now here in the second half. Leading kick headed away by 3, headed back forward by Lockwood. Spinelli controls it, tries to push it forward. It's deflected out of bounds. Chelmsford defense has done an excellent job today containing the Warriors' attempts to attack. I mean, they've been playing with the lead for a large chunk of the game, with Brookline providing the majority of the offensive pressure, and they've still kept Brookline off the board and even created some opportunities for their offense to net some extra insurance goals. Rabat forward. Knocked away, but knocked up to Brookline player. Nicoli passes it back to Cuervo, tries to lift one, knocked away again. Controlled by 11, past 27. 27 sends a leader down the far side, gonna roll out of bounds. Throw in back to McGee. McGee boots it. Bouncing along, kicked away by 5. One's lost. Goes up the far side and out of bounds. Throw in up to Ames and knocked back. Lockwood's got it. Lockwood fights through a defender and now boots it upfield down the far side. Grady Ames trying to get around the edge, and 18 recovers and knocks it out of bounds. And that's going to be a corner for Brookline. Corner kick sails in too high, but headed back by Alcalay. Tapped back out. Shot is in! Oliver Stern. Brookline prevents the shutout at least as they get on the board as we check out the instant replay. Slow motion, the kick sailed in. Great hustle from Liam Alcalay to head it. And then a touch pass back to Stern as Stern kicks it in. Off the assist, I believe, from Koya Nicoli. So Brookline does get on the board. 3-1 the score here in the second half. Off the goal from Oliver Stern. This one kicked Back and forth. We got an over-the-back penalty against Chelmsford. And we've got a card, yellow card assessed to number 27 as Brookline gets set to take the free kick. Jackson McGee. There's the whistle. McGee boots it into the box. Knocked down. Shot sails high off the foot of Alcalay. Booted upfield, knocked down. Cuervo sends it forward, deflects from 15, kicked away by 5, out to 21. 21 sends it up the near side, out of bounds. Chelmsford ball. Six throws it in, gets over everybody. And so Stern simply gives it to McGee. McGee to Stern. Stern cuts back, being pursued by 11. He passes it back to McGee, who winds up and boots it near side. Not near anybody. That's going to go out of bounds. Six throw in completely misses. That'll be Brookline ball immediately. Lawrence chucks it upfield. 21 fends off Spinelli and clears it. And they call the penalty on Spinelli going over the back of 21. Five boots it. Off a head, off a foot. Kick is walled. Collected by Cuervo. Sent forward to Spinelli. Knocked away. Downed by Lockwood. Stolen away by 6. 6 pass out to the far side to 23. 23 racing. Walled off. And we're going to get another penalty called on Brookline. I believe we've got a timeout now called by Brookline as they trail 3-1 here in the closing minutes of the second half. Brookline's lone goal so far coming off this corner kick. As you see, the corner kick comes in. It's a little too high and far, but a nice header by Liam Alcalay keeps it in the box, and then just a touch pass back from Koya Nicoli, and Stern sent it top shelf for the score. Not quite done yet, but Brookline still facing a multi-goal deficit. Throw in. And now Chelmsford just trying to keep it in the corner. Chelmsford trying to run out the clock here with the lead late in this game. And Brookline gets the favorable deflection out of bounds, and they try and move it upfield, but 24 kicks it up in the air. And they're just ricocheting it back and forth. Upfield, Cuervo gets taken down and draws the penalty. It'll be a free kick for Brookline. And Stern was trying to rush the free kick there, but couldn't. Have to reset here. McGee will take this one. This one sails in towards the box, headed back out. Off the head of Lockwood now and headed forward by the Lions. Gets up to 11. 11. Cut off by Rabat. Rabat trying to keep it away from 11, but he is relentless with his forward pressure, and he does take it away. Slide tackle knocks the ball loose, but they call the penalty. And so it'll be a free kick for the Lions. Kick into the box, off a one hop, it's taken by McGee. McGee punts it. Headed down, kicked forward by Cuervo. And it's covered up by the Lions goalie, and that is how the game will end. Final score: the Chelmsford Lions 3, the Brookline Warriors 1. Lions took a 1-0 lead into the half off a header goal from number 17. Built up to a 3-0 lead off of goals from number 7 and number 15. Brookline got its one goal back late off a goal from Oliver Stern, assisted by Koya Nicoli, but it was not enough. The Warriors fall to 4-6 on the year with this loss, and that is going to do it. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you enjoyed this live stream, technical hiccups, bad weather, and tough loss and all, I encourage you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll be covering the girls varsity team tomorrow back here at Skyline, as they will be hosting the Flyers of Framingham High School back here at Skyline tomorrow at 3. Stay tuned for that and plenty more. Subscribe to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say and the stream is over, or if you're watching the fully recorded version of this that I'll be uploading later tonight instead, then you can leave a comment down in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of this video, where you'll find some helpful information, a link to the Friends of BHS Soccer Booster Club if you would like to help support BHS Soccer monetarily, a link and phone number to our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Food Pantry. Find out how you can help feed the other people of the Brookline community. You can go further down the description section or check out the bottom right corner of your screen for more information about me, the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com, where you can find out more about me and the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. Or you can skip past all that. You can send me an email directly with any questions or requests you may have. And remember to follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. Final score, Chelmsford 3, Brookline 1. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.